Quick and Dirty Tiger Claws.
I'm Tony, he's Mike, and we are back to give you yet another phenomenal Cynthia Rothrock film, Tiger Claws. A film so amazing that it spawned not one, but two Cynthia Rothrock sequels.
Two sequels. Funny, this one was directed by Kelly Malkin, who directed a shit ton of Kids in the Hall episodes and the movie Brain Candy. A bunch of other TV as well. Mickey Blue Eyes, that movie.
Really?
Which I never watched, but, you know, it is a well-known movie.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Written by J. Stephen Maunder, who also wrote Tiger Claws 2
and 3?
And 3.
Ah,
Yeah, and then Expect to Die and Shadows in Paradise. So if you don't watch those other fine films,
you know I'm gonna.
yes, you will. So starring Cynthia Rothrock.
Yes.
But then also starring Jal Mary? I'm going to say Jal
Murray?
I'd love to.
Marhai?
I don't know. But anyway, so this guy like wrote and produced, or actually produced like just every single one of these Cynthia Rothrock films.
Oh.
Plus a shit ton of others.
My friend tells me you're the man.
So he's worked with Cynthia Rothrock in a ton
The
of films.
the Spanish gentleman. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So-
Yes. So the guy with the ponytail.
Yeah.
Yes. So a shit ton of other movies, which I'm sure you will love.
He was
and
rocking
will
the
have
old
to
school
watch.
Seagal look.
Yes, he was.
But
was it before or after Seagal? About the same
actually,
time?
right about the same time, except for unlike Steven Seagal, this man had a full head of hair. So
There's that. Yeah. Then also starring, lastly, a perennial guy in Asian action films, Bolo Yeung.
going all the way back to Enter the Dragon.
Yes.
And then also in Bloodsport.
Yes.
And several other Jean-Claude Van Damme movies.
Mm-hmm.
In case you know who he is, even if you don't know who he is. He is that huge, buff Asian guy with a chest that's like the size of a VW Beetle.
Yeah. He's a big man.
And I can't think of any other way to explain him. Now, you seem substantially less upset about this film than the last two Cynthia Rothrock films. So fill me in here, because I was expecting rage.
It's surprisingly watchable. And I'm going to credit the direction of Kelly Malkin on this one, because it was watchable. It wasn't a great movie. It wasn't a bad movie. It was very like right down the middle.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a good thing and kind of a bad thing. It's kind of like a detriment and its weakness, or its weakness and strength all at the same time.
Yeah.
Whereas if it had a stronger script and story, it could have actually done something.
I'm going to stop you right there, because I'm going to say that when Bill Pickles was on screen.
Dude, no, Bill Pickles is the fucking shit. No, Bill Pickles is my fucking man.
Bill Pickles, look, rest in peace, Bill.
In order to be the best, you've got to train with the best. And that's me, Bill Pickles.
I'm just going to say that every frame that you filled in this brought joy to me. I cannot. The last time I felt this good watching a film, it was like The Lord of the Rings. Like, you know, you bow to no one.
You bow to no one.
No one. It was that good. Bill Pickles, I want the spin-off Bill Pickles prequel series.
I do too.
I want the
I do
rise
too.
of Bill Pickles.
Yes. Bill Pickles made me laugh, made me chuckle. There's a soft spot in my heart for Bill Pickles.
Pickles in the mist. So,
So if it wasn't for him, he sucked me into the story. It's like, oh shit, it's fucking on.
I gotta say this. You're right about one thing. This is a really watchable film, and I've never seen a martial arts film quite like this before. In that the setup is that Cynthia Rothrock is a cop, and her Spanish, who I can't remember his name, the other cop guy. They're like trying to hunt down a serial killer who is killing martial artists.
In the street, and I'm here to teach you guys.
Forensic confirms that the only external damage found was the markings on the face.
And he's leaving evidence that kind of indicates that he's using a specific kung fu style, which is Tiger Claw.
style.
And so that's like the only thing they have to go on, and they're trying to like explore the martial arts world, but not like the, big phony McDojos that pop up everywhere where, if you're in class for a month and a half, you get your yellow belt. The hardcore one.
What's this?
Well, I've gathered this list of all these kung fu schools that teach Tiger. This is where we start.
Get real. This guy's hardcore. You wouldn't find him training at your local franchise studio.
And so it's an interesting premise. It's a really interesting premise. If it had had a stronger script, it really could have been a good movie. Not a watchable movie. I mean, like legitimately.
It could have ranked right up there with like Bloodsport or any of the early Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. It was right there. It's like I said, it just needed a stronger script and story. Because even the acting wasn't all that bad, and Cynthia Rothrock did just fine in it.
Yeah.
Most of the other supporting characters were kind of ishy. So I mean, just a tad bit more star power and a tad, another rewrite of the script. Maybe kind of punch up the dialogue a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
the dialogue was the weak part for me because
Yes.
there were several scenes in there that felt like they were ad-libbing. They were just like, well, this is what's going on in this scene. Just I don't know, talk about the case.
Don't you ever pull a stunt like that again. I know that you're upset about your friend John, Tarek, but if we're going to make this investigation work, we have to work together.
Okay, you're right. Next time, I'll ask you first.
Fine.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, boy, we gotta find this Tiger Claw guy. So,
But you're right. They did a good job, like exploring, because the guy's like, you're not gonna find this dude here in these things. We need to go actually into like, Chinatown or wherever Asian place they're
it
going.
was Chinatown. It was Chinatown because it was kung fu, and kung fu is a Chinese martial art. But.
And they're digging down and and then they find this old abandoned theater. It's like, what are we doing this theater for? There's not gonna be here. It's like, oh no, this is the place.
This could be a school.
It's an old movie theater.
It's perfect. A good teacher takes on only a small group of students. They will find any available space and use it as long as they can.
They find the cheapest place that they can with enough space, and they set up shop and train for as long as they can until they basically get thrown out. So it's nice to know that if you have a kung fu school come into your vacant building, that they will leave without you having to get an eviction notice. They'll just be all like, rent's over, we're done, we're going to go somewhere else and jam our hands into woks full of glass.
So, really, other than the weak script, my only real knock on the movie is that they build up, Chong, Bolo Young, as this badass, but yet Cynthia Rothrock, and then especially the guy at the end beats his ass literally with his hands tied.
Me and you, we are the same.
We're not the same.
I'm like, no, fuck you. No. This is supposed to be your big bad.
Yeah.
He should have kicked both their asses individually.
Yes.
And then they
Had to
should just
team
barely
up.
and just still even then just barely beat him.
I completely agree with you. The ending was anticlimactic.
Yes,
the build
very
up to
much.
it was actually
Was
really
really good.
solid. And you know, the other thing was, I'm kind of surprised at how long it actually took me to go, yeah, it's him. So I have to admit that right now. I mean, we just totally spoiled it for you, but you know.
I mean, if you watch any
Martial arts movie.
yeah, especially with Bolo Young, he's always the bad guy. He's always the big heavy. Always.
Yes.
Always, always, always.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So, I mean, it just is what it is.
But there's a couple of continuity errors that had me giggling a little
All
bit.
right.
Yeah, the very first scene where Cynthia Rothrock is dressed up as a prostitute and she's being followed by the guy with the switchblade, you'll notice she's wearing stilettos. She's wearing black pumps, looking kind of hot, not gonna lie. But when she gets in the alley and she kicks his ass, they immediately turn into black tennis shoes with no heel on them whatsoever. And then when she's done, they immediately turn back into high heels as she walks off because she's done with this kind of work. She's gonna go do some real police work. Because apparently you can just do that if you're a cop in LA. I
guess so.
wasn't aware that was one of the rules, but yeah, if you just tap out, just be all like, I'm out of here. I'm Cynthia Rothrock. You can also beat the crap out of another detective in the police force if they give you shit about being a martial artist and how it's just, you know, he served in Vietnam, so he knows better.
I expect you to pay attention and keep your head up. Now, the killer attacked with premeditative techniques, each resulting in life-threatening blows. Here, here, and here.
I don't know what A has to do with B on that one, but somehow that was part of his dialogue.
Well, this is also the 80s too, where you can, you know, haze another person or give him shit without it being, you know, taken up with HR or any other fucking bullshit.
That's true. But anyway, yeah, well, just remember at the end of the day, Cynthia Rothrock did rough him up, and then that guy actually lost his job anyway. So
Yeah.
he was transferred to another department. He was taken off the case. And then you got the two idiot cops that are trying to pin it on Cynthia Rothrock's partner the entire time. They cut it out like he's a dirty cop, but he's actually not a dirty cop. He's just trying to get things done within the department, and the department's a little sketchy.
Holy shit.
That was my car!
It's absolutely watchable. Again, just another tier level of actors and just punch up the script just a little bit. That's it. That's all it needed.
It's got enough bad movie DNA to have some really laugh out loud moments. I also have to say that. So if you like your movies so bad they're hilarious, this will still fit that bill. This falls into the Cynthia Rothrock canon. It's closer to the top of the bottle than the bottom of the but it's still there. And Cynthia, please keep making movies. I will keep watching them. As many of these treasures as I dig up, I love you. I follow you on Instagram now.
Yeah. I'll watch another one. This got me in for one more, so.
Tiger
there you
Claws 2.
Fuck it, why not? So we'll see then. We do Tiger Claws whenever, or where the fuck we're going to do next for Cynthia Rothrock.
Look, it's all down to you, Amazon Prime. Whatever's free, we'll watch it.
Or no, YouTube. I watched them free on YouTube.
Oh, well,
Yeah. So there you are.
we'll find it.
Till next week, this is Bill Pickles saying keep on kicking.